tenths. Okay, so which digit is in the tenths position?
5.
5, yeah, and the 3 is considered in the hundredths. Okay, so you look at the digit to the right of it, and you decide whether you're rounding up or down. So you're looking at the 3. Are you rounding it up or down?
We're rounding it down.
Down. So when you round down, you basically just ignore it. You just write the number without the digit. So 10.5.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at another one here. $7.89. I want you to round to the nearest tenth. Round to the nearest tenth.
8.
I'm sorry?
8.
So which number is in the tenths position?
8.
8. And what number is just to the right of it?
9.
So does that round it up or down?
Up.
Up. So you start by writing the number without this extra digit, without this 9. Okay, without the 9, but then you have to add a tenth to it. What is 7.8 plus 0.1?
It is 7.9.
Yes. And that's the value that you're rounding up to.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try another one here. Okay, I want you to round to the nearest tenth.
Okay.
And what I'm really asking you to do, Zoe, is I'm asking you to write this number down on your paper.
Yeah.
Determine which one is in the tenths position. Determine which digit is to the right of it. And then from there, decide what you should round to. I'm not, and so what I don't want you to do is I don't want you just to say an answer out loud. I want you to really try to come up with the answer on your own.
Do I get the answer fully? Like the whole answer?
Sure, that would be good.
Okay.
What have you come up with, Zoe?
Can you actually help me on this one?
Okay, so which digit is in the tenths position?
0.
The 0. And what digit is to the right of it?
1.
Okay, so does 1, which is the digit to the right of it, does it round up or down?
It rounds down.
Okay, so when you round down, what did we say happens when you round down? Do you need this 1 anymore?
No.
No, so what is left over is 102.0.
Got it.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up. I'm trying to get into your classroom now, so I want to pull up some problems that you've been working on in class, because that'll help us a little bit better. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Let's go 5.167. And now I want you to round to the 10th, nearest 10th.
Okay.
So you got to first figure out which digit is in the 10th, and then you look at the digit to the right of it.
It's one digit. It's one, right?
Yes, 1 is in the 10th position. So what number is just to the right of it?
6.
6. Does 6 round up or down?
It rounds up.
Rounds up. So you write the number to the left of it, 5.1, and then you have to add a 10th to it. You see I'm adding a 10th?
Yeah.
So you have to add those together. And what do you come up with?
5.2.
5.2. Now, if you're rounding down, you would just use the 5.1,
Yeah.
but we're not. We're rounding this one up. Okay, I was going through your lesson, that the one that you're currently working on. It doesn't look like that's going to be super helpful. So I'll just make up another number here. About 13.75. I want you to round to the nearest 10th.
7 is.
So you've got to write it down in your paper, Zoe. You can't just yell out an answer. You've got to you want to write it down. You want to determine which value is the 10th and which one's to the right on it, right of it, and then decide whether it goes up or down.
It goes up.
Okay, so what does it go up to?
Up to 10.
Okay, so again, like we've done a bunch of problems in a row. This is the 10th. This is the number to the right of it.
5.
That's right. So you write the 13.7 and you said it rounds up. So we have to add the next 10th to it.
Okay, so 13.8.
Yes. So do you see that the 1 and the 3 did not change, but the 7 did?
Yeah.
We lose the 5, but that's because we're rounding. So let's try another one here. Let's try 16.281. Round to the nearest 10th. I'd like you to try working this one out on your own, please.
Okay, I got my final answer.
Okay, go ahead.
16.3.
Yes, that is correct. Very good. All right, so let's look at the same number now. Okay, but this time we're going to round to the nearest hundredths position. So we're going to round to the nearest hundredths. Which digit is in the hundredths position?
The point.
It can't be the decimal point. The decimal point is the decimal point. That's the tenths. 2 is the tenths.
It's 8.
8 is the hundredths. So you have to remember that. You have to remember that it goes tenths, hundredths. Then we'll get to the next one. You circle the digit to the right of it. Does that round up or down?
It rounds down.
Rounds down. So we just ignore it, remove that number. And 16.28. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, now let's look at another problem. 15.769. And I want you to round to the nearest hundredth.
Okay.
So you have to first figure out which number is in the hundredths position. Which number is that?
6.
And you look at the digit to the right of it. Does it round up or down?
It rounds up.
It rounds up. Now this time we're adding a hundredth. A hundredth is 0.01. So a tenth, if you recall, a tenth was 0.1. A hundredth is 0.01. What's the difference between them?
There is another 0 on 0.01.
Yes. So what do you think a thousandth will look like?
0.001.
Good. So you add these numbers together and you get 15.77. Any questions on that? Because I'm going to have you do a couple on your own here.
No.
Okay. Okay, so I want you to round this number to the nearest hundredth.
Okay. So I do this on my own, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
How are you doing on this one?
I'm good, but I just got a little confused because I forgot that we're doing the 100, so I was just working on it right now.
Okay, well, let's go back and look at the previous problem if you have any questions. What did we do in the previous problem?
We round to the nearest 100.
Right, but we first identify the hundredth
Mm-hmm.
digit, and then we circled the one to the right of it, and then you decided it goes up. Since it goes up, you write the number, and then you add a hundredth to it.
Okay.
So we'll look at your problem. You have to do the same thing. You have to identify what digits in the hundredth.
1,
Okay, so what number is to the right of it?
7.
Are you round? Did you circle it on your paper?
Yes.
Okay, are you rounding it up or down?
We're rounding it up.
Up. So you write the number 35.31, and that would be correct if you were rounding down, but since we're rounding up, what do you need to add to it?
The 100th,
And how much is a hundredth?
0.01.
Okay, so you know how to do this. You've got to try to work this out on your own. That's part of this process.
Okay. It's because I didn't put the 3.35.31. I didn't put the 1 at the end.
Okay.
So is it 35.32?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try another one here. Okay, round to the nearest hundredth.
Okay. I got my answer.
Okay, what do you have for me as an answer?
30.97.
You said 30. What digit is this?
60, sorry.
Yes, 60.97. Good. Okay. Now we're going to look at a new problem here together. Let's say it's 21.94. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just do it this way, 98. And let's say we want to round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so what digit is in the tenths position?
9.
9. And what digit is to the right of it?
8.
Does 8 round up or down?
It rounds up.
Okay, so we want to take 21.9, and what are we going to add to it this time?
0.1.
0.1. Now, when you add 0.1 to 9, it goes up to 1. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it goes up to 0, and then you have a carry, and that's okay. That's totally okay. That can happen.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to give you some I want you to try a couple of problems, but do you have any questions about this? Like it's okay if when you add it goes up to 0 and then you carry.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so let's have you try one here. Let's say it's 37.99, and I want you to round to the nearest tenth.
Okay.
So give that a try, please.
I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer? What is your answer, Zoe?
38.0.
Yes. Very good. Now here's another problem that we might see. Let's say it's 49.96 and we want to round to the nearest tenth. Okay. So which number is in the tenths position?
9.
And which number is to the right of it?
6.
So do you round 6 up or down?
Up.
Up. So this becomes 49.9 plus, what are we going to add to it?
0.1.
0.1. When you add this time, you get 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, 0 with a carry of 1. Now it's possible that you might have to keep carrying it over and over.
Okay.
All right, so let me have you try one here. 38.95. I want you to round this round to the nearest tenth.
Okay.
See? So I'm gonna interview my mom.
Do you have an answer for me?
Not yet, but
Okay.
I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
39.0.
That is correct. Very good. All right, this is a great place for us to stop. Whenever your brother is ready, have him connect.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Michael, or is that you?
Yes.
How are you today? Good. Do you remember what we were working on last time?
Multiplying.
We were doing some multiplication, yeah. So we're going to look at some new problems today. I'm just going to get them pulled up on your thing here. But actually, they first show me some division stuff. So I guess we'll start with that. So I'm looking at lesson 7.3. Maybe you were going to do that or have started doing that, but they've got some division problems, and we'll look at those one by one here. All right, so this is just a like how to multiply problem here. So 56 divided by 7. So that is the same as 7 times some number equals 56. Do you know that value?
Seven.
7. So 7 times 7 is 49. So what would one more 7 be?
7 times 8 equals 56.
56. Very good. So let me grab the next one here. How about this one? How about 21 divided by 7? So another way to look at this problem, Michael, is 7 times some number is 21.
Three.
It is 3. Perfect. And actually, I didn't write the answer back in here, so we'll do that now. All right, so the next one is 16 divided by 8. Let me grab this one. So you can always turn, Michael, you can always turn a division problem into a multiplication. 8 times some number equals 16. Do you see where the 8 goes and where the 16 goes?
Yeah.
And the boxes are the same. So if you're more comfortable, you turn every division problem on the left into a multiplication problem on the right.
So 8. So is it 2?
It's 2. Yes, perfect. Okay, and then one more division problem here. So again, this is 8 times some number equals 40.
Eight.
I feel like you're just guessing. If you don't know these, that's okay. But do you have a multiplication table out to look at?
No.
Do you have one you can go grab, or is what would help you here?
8 times 5.
5, yeah. The answer is 5. Good. Okay. All right, so let me actually see what else this assignment has. A lot of division. Well, that's okay. It'll be good for us to go through these. Division with 7s and 8s. Okay, so let's look at 63 divided by 7. 63 divided by 7. Again, it's 7 times some number equals 63.
Nine.
It is 9. Yeah, perfect. Let's look at another one here. How about 35 divided by 7?
Three.
So over here on the right, again, it's 7 times some number is 35. And it may help you to write this. I can't see if you're writing it, but I think this does help.
5.
5. Now it sounds like you're getting a little assistance there. If that's the case, we should move on to something else. That way we can get some more out of this lesson. So let me go look and see what else we've got. There's a 7.4 lesson, and we'll see what's covered there. And because this is kind of stuff you can work at on your own. I want to make sure we're getting some other things done today.
I'm sorry, I'm his mom. I'm trying to hear with him so he can be very focused and sorry.
No problem. No problem. I definitely want him to help. But this is the kind of stuff he's got to work at on his own.
Oh,
You know,
got it.
and I would be right there too with you. But last time, so the kinds of problems we were doing last time that I want to go back to is like something like 12 times 7. And last time, Michael, do you remember what we broke apart 12 to?
Yes.
What two numbers did we break apart 12 into?
2.
10 and 2. And then you multiply each of those by the 7. So 10 times 7 plus 2 times 7. So let's work out a few problems like this. What is 10 times 7?
70.
70, good. And 2 times 7?
14.
14, good. Okay, now you've got to add them together. That's where you've got to come off to the side here and add the two numbers together. Can you do that for me?
Is it? Wait.
If you've got pencil and paper out, go ahead and write them down and see what you come up with.
84.
It is 84, good. Okay, so let's try another one here. Let's try 17 times 8. And I want you to break apart 17 into two numbers. What can you break apart 17 into? What two numbers?
10 and 7.
10 and 7, good. Okay, now we're going to multiply each of those by 8. So it's going to be 10 times 8 plus 7 times 8. What is 10 times 8, Michael?
80.
Okay, and how about 7 times 8?
63.
Try again, you're close. Let me go ahead and grab the ref multiplication table that I've got, and I'll send it over to you. That might help us here today. Okay, so I put this in the chat. If your mom's still there, she could maybe print that for you, or get something like that printed so that you've got it for handy reference. If you open that up, can you tell me what 7 times 8 is?
$64.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually open it up on my side and grab it for us to look at. So give me just a moment here to get that pulled up. And for our lessons going forward, you're definitely going to want to have your your multiplication table pulled up. Okay, so let me snip this in. Okay, Michael, so notice it's not super big. I'll try to enlarge it here. 7 times 8. So you pick the 7 and the 8 and you figure out where they intersect. Where do they intersect?
56.
56. That's how you use this table. You put one number on the left, the other number on the top. The order does not matter. Okay. So let's look at this real quick. What is 8 times 9? Do you understand the question?
72.
72, perfect, yes. How about 7 times 6?
42.
42. So you have a link to this in the chat. I would get that pulled up or ask mom to print it out. But let's go back and look at this problem here. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56. So now you're going to add 80 plus 56. So I want you to get your pencil and paper out and add those two numbers up together, please.
$125.
Okay, well, let's go through this together because you're just adding vertically. What is 0 plus 6?
6.
What is 8 plus 5?
16.
8 plus 5. So 8 plus 5 is like, think of 5 as 2 and 3. So you're really adding 2 and then you're adding 3. What is 8 plus 2?
10.
10. What is 10 plus 3?
13.
13. Good. Excellent. So these add together and make 136. Okay, let's do another problem here. That's the only way we're gonna get better at this is to do a lot of problems here. So let's go 14 times 8. Okay, so I want you to break apart 14. What two numbers make up 14?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. So you're going to multiply 10 times 8 plus 4 times 8. So you have to be able to come up with both of those numbers. Do you have the answer for either of those, Michael?
106.
Which one are you doing that for? 10 times 8?
Yeah.
Okay, when you're multiplying by 10, you just put a 0 at the end. I'm not sure how you came up with 106. Are you using a calculator?
No.
Okay. Because you did the last one, right? The last problem I asked you what 10 times 8 is, and you told me it was 80. So I'm not sure how you came up with that number. It doesn't really matter, but what is 10 times 8?
80.
80. What about 4 times 8?
36.
I'm sorry, what?
36.
Okay, do you have that multiplication table up, Michael?
No.
Okay, I'm asking you to either print it out or have it up on the screen with you. What is 4 times 8?
32.
32, good. So we're gonna use that number and you're gonna add these up vertically, 80 plus 32. You're gonna write that down and you're gonna add those up.
$240.
Okay, you're adding though, Michael. What is 0 plus 2?
2.
What is 8 plus 3?
13.
Okay, 8 plus 3. So 8 plus, yeah, it's 11. Okay, so I'm not sure how you came up with that other number, but we're just adding. So I guess we should spend a few minutes just reviewing how to add 2-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers. So let's say it's 95 plus 63. Do you see that you add the 5 and the 3 first?
Yeah.
What is 5 plus 3?
8.
Now you go to the next column and you add 9 and 16. What is that? I'm sorry, 9 plus 6. I misspoke. 9 plus 6. So think of 6 as 1 plus 5, because that 1 gets you up to 10, plus 5 gets you up to 15.
15.
15, yeah. Okay, so actually we do need to work on something else here. What is 8 plus 5? 8 plus 5.
$14.
Okay, so I'm not sure how you're doing that. I would tell you to either break apart the 5 or the 8 or the 5. So like 8 could be 5 plus 3 plus 5. And then 2 5s make a 10. Ten plus 3 is
13.
13. Okay, so let's try another one here. How about 7 plus, let's go 9. 7 plus 9. So again, you can either break apart the 7 or the 9. It's up to you which one you want to do. I would probably break apart the 7. We can call it 1 plus 6. Okay. plus 9. That's one way to do it. And then you combine the 1 and the 9. 1 and the 9 is 10, plus 6 is
16.
yeah. Now alternatively, you could break the 9 into like 7 and 2, because you already have a 7. You could add those up. It's kind of up to you. It depends on what you prefer. Like which way makes more sense to you?
The one on the left.
Okay, the one on the left, that's fine. So let's do another one here. Let's do 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8. So you can break the 6 apart into 2 plus 4. The 2 and the 8 go together, that's 10.
14.
Yes. 14, good. So let's have you try one here. How about 8 plus 9? Go ahead and try that on your own, please.
$17.
It is 17, perfect. All right. That's probably a good place for us to stop today, Michael. Again, I would recommend strongly that you get this or something similar to it out, print it out, or have something next to you when you're working out problems. And that is it for today. So I'll see you next week. And thanks again for letting me help you.